yesterday. Let us begin reciting this verse together. Dhyeyam sada paribhavagnamabhishtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam bhrityartiham pranatapala bhavabdipotam vande mahapurushate charanarvindam. Okay. Madhusudan Prabhu, would you like to recite it first? Okay. Madhvi Sundari Mataji, can you recite?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Jayam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam vrutyartiham pranatapala bhavabdipotam vande mahapurushate charanarvindam.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. Devi Saroja Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Jayam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam siva virinchinutam saranyam brutyatiham pranatapala bhavabdipotam vande mahapurushate charanarvindam. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you. Priyadarshan Prabhu, would you like to recite the verse today, please? Okay. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Deyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam saranyam vrityartiham pranata pala bhavabdipotam vande mahapurushate charanarvindam. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Manjula Mataji, would you like to try? Yeah.
Sorry. Deyam sada paribhavagna abhishtadoham tirthaspadam siva virichintam saranyam vrityartiham pranatapala bhavabdipotam vande mahapurusate charanarvindam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Rachna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Dhyeyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam srivichninutam saranyam brayartiham pranatpal bhavabdipotam vande mahapurusate saranarvindam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Sajeev Prabhu, would you like to recite it once?
Deyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham vrityartiham shiva virinchinutam saranyam tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam saranyam vrityartiham pranadapala bhavabdipodam vande mahapurushate saranarvindam.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Vijay Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam vrutyartiham pranatapala bhavabdipotam vande mahapurushate charanarvindam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Anybody else? Nandini Mataji. Are you there, Nandini Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Sorry, Mataji. I have forgotten to unmute me.
Okay.
Sorry, Mataji.
Oh.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Pranam Mataji. Dhyeyam sada paribhavagnam abhishtadoham tirthaspadam shiva virinchinutam sharanyam vrityartiham pranatapala bhavabdipotam vande mahapurushate charanarvindam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Okay. So we discussed the 9 glories of Chaitanya's lotus feet till yesterday. We saw how the lotus feet is the object of meditation, dhyayam sada. Then we saw how it destroys all the embarrassments or the insults of material life, paribhavagnam. Then abhishtadoham, what the greatest desire of the soul, that is seeking true happiness and which is there in Krishna prema. Then we saw Tirthas Padam yesterday, which means the shelter of all the holy places and the saintly people. Today we will be seeing a very beautiful phrase, which is Shiva Virinchi Nutam. So Shiva, we all know who is Shiva, Lord Shiva. Virinchi is Lord Brahma. So in this phrase, it is said that the lotus feet of the Lord are worshipped by Shiva and Brahma too. So there is a very famous verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, which in the first canto of the 11th chapter, 6th verse, Natahasmate natha sadangri pankajam virincha vairincha surendra vanditam parayanam kshemam ihechatam param nayatra kala prabhavet parah prabhu. So where the citizens of Dwaraka, they are saying to Krishna, "O Lord, you are worshipped by all the demigods like Brahma, the 4 sanas, and even the king of heaven, Indra. You are the ultimate rest for those who are really aspiring to achieve the highest benefit of life." So this is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, and in Caitanya Leela, Mahaprabhu was invited by Advaita Acharya. Who is Advaita Acharya? He is none other than the incarnation of Shiva. So Shiva has come in the form of Advaita Acharya in Caitanya Leela. And we are all aware of Brahma Vimohan Leela, right? Where Brahma stole Krishna's cowherd boys, calves. Everybody knows that pastime?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So after the Brahma Vimohan Leela, what happened was Brahma felt extremely repentant for what he did. He was feeling miserable that I was full of pride and envy towards Lord Krishna. I didn't believe that he is the Supreme Personality. And I, under the illusion that I am the Supreme God, he repented a lot and then he begged for forgiveness. He pleaded to Krishna saying, "Krishna, because you have given me this high post of being a Brahma, I am fully endowed with pride now. Please help me to become very lowest among the lowest men." So he was born as Haridas Thakur in Caitanya Leela. Because he wanted to curb the pride, he was born as in Caitanya Leela as Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur, as we all know, he was born in a low Muslim family in Caitanya Leela. Haridas Thakur and Advaita Acharya, both, they pleaded to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or to Krishna to please come in this material world, because this whole material world was fully encountering a lot of sins and a lot of grossly sinful activities. So what had happened? These two personalities, so Advaita Acharya and Haridas Thakura, they are responsible for the advent of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So as we see the lotus feet, which has, one second, the Ardha Chandra and the umbrella here. You see the umbrella? And we also see the Ardha Chandra. So the devotees of the Lord, can you all see?
No, Mataji.
No, Mataji.
No,
Oh.
Mataji.
We can see only the 9 glories.
Okay, one second. Can you all see now?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
So we see the umbrella here, and we also see the Ardha Chandra. So these two things, the Ardha Chandra is also carried by Lord Shiva in his head. That is, Shiva is also worshipping the Lord's lotus feet. We see the Ganges originate in the lotus feet of Vishnu, correct? And then this Ganges is held at the head of Lord Shiva. So Shiva is worshipping the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu in one sense. And then the umbrella indicates that how the umbrella is sheltering so many devotees. Now, many devatas, not only Brahma and Shiva, many devatas have taken the shelter of the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. Why? Because the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu is providing shade like an umbrella from all the miseries of the material world. And we also saw that Mahaprabhu is the avatar who is giving the rarest gift of Krishna Prema very easily. Just by Krishna Nama, we can attain Krishna Prema, the most valuable gift. Say, for example, one has to go to IIT or one has to go in a very nice company. Then one has to study very hard, or one has to put a lot of hard work to achieve something rare. But here we see the rarest gift, that is Krishna Prema, is given very easily by Krishna Nama. So it is said that all the devotees have to take the shelter of Lord's lotus feet. Then we see in various Puranas, Vishnu Purana, Shiva is glorifying the lotus feet of Lord Rama. And all the consorts of the different devatas, for example, Parvati or Saraswati, they are all worshipping the consort of Krishna, which is Radharani. In Radha Kripa Kataksha, there is one very nice shloka which says, Ananta Padma, Ananta Vishnu, Ananta Koti Vishnu Loka Namra Padma Jarjite Himadrija Pulomaja Virinchi Javara Prade. What does this mean? That Radharani's lotus feet is worshipped, or Radharani is worshipped by all the consorts of the devatas who are Himadrija. Who is Himadrija? The daughter of Himalayas, who is none other than Parvati. Then the daughter of Puloma. Himadrija Pulomaja Virinchija is Indra's wife, Brahma's wife. They are all worshipping Srimati Radharani. So Shiva is worshipping Krishna. The consorts of Shiva or the different devatas are worshipping Radharani. And here Mahaprabhu has appeared as a combined form of Radha and Krishna together. So Radha and Krishna's lotus feet, which is none other than Chaitanya's lotus feet, is worshipped by all the demigods. So it is a very beautiful pastime to meditate upon, that the lotus feet, which carries the shade of the umbrella, we need to take shelter of. And how do we take shelter of this umbrella? By giving this holy name that we have received to each and every one of whom we know, by setting an example to them, by how we can conduct our lives, how we are so blissful, or how do we find a change in our lives after accepting the holy name of the Lord. So this, if we share it to others, whomever we know, then it becomes a very pleasing aspect to Lord Mahaprabhu. Then we are becoming dear to Mahaprabhu. If we are engaged in Sankirtana Praya. So just by assisting, or just by merely becoming an instrument in preaching need not be to very kind of like a class or anything. It can just be an ideal example of how we can chant nicely, set an ideal example to others. So let's chant together one time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So tomorrow, Hare Krishna. Tomorrow we will be covering Sharanyam, Bhrityartiham, Pranatapala and Bhavabdhi Potam. These are very beautiful words which help us to take surrender or help us to surrender to Lord's lotus feet. So I'll pause my